The Teacher Development Program is a 6-year DFID-funded technology-enabled intervention which is working with relevant federal and state-level actors to improve teacher effectiveness in Zamfara, Kano, Jigawa, Katsina and Kaduna states of Nigeria. The program achieves this through 3 main work areas which are captured as outputs, and they are: Output 1, in service. This is aimed at improving the capability of teachers already in service to deliver quality learning to pupils. Output 2, pre-service. This engages the teacher training institutions and supports them to adopt modern teaching methods during teacher training. This work area partners with the Colleges of Education and the National Commission for Colleges of Education to reform and improve the quality of student teachers who will go on to deliver learning to pupils. Output 3. Results and evidence, which develops and strengthens evidence-based research to inform decisions in policy formulation for increased teacher effectiveness and better learning outcomes. In response to the crisis in teachers' education, which is manifested in the form of poor learning outcomes in the country's basic education system, the National Commission for Colleges of Education, NCCE, in partnership with Tdp, developed a set of reforms aimed at enhancing the quality of program delivery and management in the colleges of education.
Before then, we have 5 schools that mostly centered on teaching subjects that are based in the secondary schools. But now, with the restructuring, now we have keyed into the new NCCE curriculum, and we have 7 schools.
The ultimate goal is to make teacher educators more effective, thereby engendering the production of quality teachers for basic education. As the data shows, the Teacher Development Program has been working successfully with the NCCE and the colleges to meet the set objectives of the reforms. The objectives are to enhance active learning pedagogies and update subject knowledge of colleges of education staff using continuing professional development courses, CPDC. Introduction of a new curriculum and the restructuring of colleges of education based on the new curriculum. The review and improvement of quality assurance procedures and processes at the colleges of education. Improving the quality and effectiveness of teaching practice. Developing linkages and partnership committee with the SUBEBs, colleges and other stakeholders to address deficiencies around the demand and supply of teachers. These reforms were developed after consultations with relevant stakeholders to identify key areas of pre-service training needed for reformation, having clearly defined goals.
They assisted us a lot on restructuring the college and to implement also the new curriculum. The structuring take the part of expanding the college from 5 school structure to 7 school structure.
The review and improvement of quality assurance procedures and processes at the colleges of education.
NCC developed accreditation toolkit for accreditation of programs in colleges of education. We also, the same toolkit were also to be used in colleges for internal quality assurance.
Before the coming of Tdp 2 years ago, the office was there, but it's not functional as it is now. Because with the community of Tdp and with the series of interaction and session and the training, the workshops there, so we receive a lot of training on quality indicators, which leads to the college to having our first, second, and third institutional self-assessment, and which the result was satisfactory. Then later, we send the results to the National Commission for Colleges of Education, Because of the results, it led to the college first accreditation, and in fact, we got full accreditation now for NC program.
Improving the quality and effectiveness of teaching practice.
The way and manner how we train our students before going out for teaching practice is not the way we are handling it nowadays. Because with the intervention or support of TDP, there are master trainers that used to train student teachers before going out for teaching practice. And that is what adds quality to the whole exercise. For the teachers, instead of visiting your students twice or thrice at most, we do visit our students 6 times minimum of 6 times and maximum of 10.
From TDP, I learned that if you have some challenge, you can go and meet your mentor. So that the mentor will guide you in every aspect that you do, because they have more experience than you.
The students, when they are posted, the methodologies they use, I can say they were mostly teacher-centered methodologies or approaches. But with the intervention of the TDP, they supported in training the students and even the teachers.
Developing linkages and partnership committee with the suburbs, colleges and other stakeholders to address deficiencies around the demand and supply of teachers.
We interact with them more. We know the areas of their need, the areas of critical need in teacher production. And with that, we'll be able to know the areas to admit, the areas not to over-admit. Because ultimately, for example, in Katsina State for now, the number of English teachers is inadequate. So you can see that if we don't interact with them, we will not know that there is a gap that needs to be filled in the production of English teachers. So this interaction, they also, if we are producing low quality teachers, when we interact with them, they will tell us, look, oh, what you are doing is not good. These are the areas of your deficiency. And that has actually helped us a lot.
To enhance active learning pedagogies and update subject knowledge of colleges of education staff using continuing professional development courses, CPDC.
CPDC is the continuous professional development for teacher educators, and it's about trying to improve on the existing practices of teacher educators in the college.
The method we are using was a traditional one, whereby a teacher would just stand and be talking. The students are passive, or they used to be passive. They may not even understand what the teacher sometimes is doing. But with the CPDC, they now train us on how to engage our students, so that teaching and learning should be student-based, not teacher-based.
Some of my assumption also came to be because, as I said, I felt a student should be able to know, have some kind of knowledge, and you can help that person to bring it out. And I think that is one area that CPDC really helped in helping me to achieve, that you can get the student in touch with that course. And you don't just go there, lecture, talk, and you also get them involved.
Like all time-bound projects, TDP has a closeout date, and to ensure that all the achievements recorded during the implementation of the pre-service reforms are sustained and institutionalized.
What TDP has done is to take good practices and domesticate it to the college. And since it's a good practice, so if it is something that is good, even if when they are not there, we should be able to continue with the practice.
TDP has supported the colleges to develop sustainability plans for continuing the reforms.
So we have already produced a draft of the sustainability plan, which the college will follow in making sure and ensuring that the program is sustained in the college.
A wise man once said, "Education is the most powerful weapon with which you can use to change the world." As enablers of change, we at the Teacher Development Program are happy to be part of the process that is bringing about the much-needed change in Nigerian basic education.